Hey, yo, what's going on, you guys? Moonknight got adjusted in this most recent patch, and I got a deck for you guys that is absolutely crazy good, and it's super evil. And oh my gosh, when I was playing it last night, I had an absolutely amazing time. Let me go ahead and jump right into it. So like I said, Moonknight is a new card pretty much now. On reveal, discard an even cost card from each player's hand. What's very interesting about Moonknight in this situation is it also takes into account cards that have been discounted by Elysium at the moment. And it should be going forward if they're even cost cards getting discounted, but right now it's still hitting like a Gladiator with Elysium or even like a Black Bolt Elysium, which are two cards in this list. But if your opponent doesn't have an even cost card in your hand, Moonknight only would discard cards from your hand. And if you have no even cost cards in your hand, it might only just discard cards from your opponent's hand. So it is a targeted discard, and it feels so good. This list that I'm about to show you guys, if you guys are ready for us, is this list right here. It is a mill discard hybrid, a hand control, destroy your opponent's hand, and it is feeling so good right now. I really haven't seen a lot of other people doing stuff like this, and I'm telling you guys, it just feels ridiculously good. Let me go ahead and jump into each card on why they fit really well into this list, and the deck code will be down in the description below. So first, we are using Spider-Ham. So Spider-Ham does not affect Moonknight in any way because the cards that are hit by the ham do have a set cost. Unless a Mobius is on the board, that's the only way the Moonknight would get affected by the Spider-Ham interaction. But we're using this as a mill kind of mechanic to make a card just dead in your opponent's hand and make it just be, of course, a ham. And it feels really well in this list. This is a flexible spot. If you would potentially like maybe another card, if you wanted maybe a Wolverine or like an X-23 in this list for some different Silver Samurai value, you could do that. But I'm just having the most success with Spider-Ham. Of course, we have Yondu. Yondu is a typical mill card you see in a majority of your mill list as is because, you are destroying the lowest cost card from your opponent's deck, making it better for a Gladiator, making it better for a Zemo to get a higher tier card, and just making it so like your opponent's hand draw or their combos just aren't there. Next, we have Cable. Cable is also going to steal a card from your opponent's deck. You do this potentially after a Yondu, so you have a higher chance of drawing one of their better cards or a combo card for them. And since we are playing mill and with discard too, like discarding their card instead of discarding one of your cards, and you discard another one of their cards, just feels incredible. I'm a huge Cable fan right now. We've been playing a lot of mill. And then we have the Swarms. So the cool thing about the Swarms here, all right, they are an even cost card. So if you do discard them with Moonknight, you get two Swarms. And the Swarms allows you to do some Cersei things at the end of the game. Swapping two Swarms into two different 3-drops when these cost 0 is incredible. Playing this with a Stature and a Cersei allows you to get some crazy value. Playing them onto the same lane for even more Cersei potential just feels incredible. So that's why we have Swarm in this list. Also, not many of our cards have more than or less than 3 power. So playing this with a Silver Samurai will hit the Swarm, giving you more Swarms to be able to throw out onto the board. So it just makes a lot of sense, and this is like one of our main discard cards we're using for Silver Samurai or for Moonknight, which, like I said, Moonknight is now a discard, only an even cost card from you and your opponent, but it hits both hands, so it hits the Swarms. Yes, it can hit the Silver Samurai, but it also hits the Proxima. If it hits Cable early in the game, not honestly the end of the world, but we have a bunch of cards that are flexible, and we actually kind of want to get discarded, especially with the Proxima and the Swarms, so that's why we have them in the list with Moonknight. And then, like I said, this is a mill list, so we have Baron Zemo as well. So while we are discarding cards from our opponent's hands, we are also stealing cards from our opponent's deck. We're using that with the Yondu, with the Cable, and then, of course, with the Gladiator as well. But with Zemo, you are adding the lowest cost card to your hand, or not to your hand, to your side of the board. So you're using this after a Gladiator and a Yondu potentially to maximize your Zemo value later in the game. I don't have a set replacement for Baron Zemo, by the way. He's kind of just a key card in this list. If you don't want to do Zemo, you could maybe do like a Copycat instead. You're not, of course, going to be recruiting a card from your opponent's deck, but you would still be stealing the type of card or a card's ability with Copycat. And if you don't have Spider-Ham, you could also do Iceman. Next, we have Gladiator. Gladiator is going to add, of course, a random card from your opponent's deck to their side of the board and destroy it if it has less power than Gladiator. This is a good card that synergizes with the Yondu, Cable, and the Baron Zemo, giving you opportunities to thin out their deck or even add a combo piece down a little bit early that they may not need or may not be expecting. And it works really well in this list. If you don't have a Gladiator, I would do maybe another 3-cost, maybe like a Nocturne, potentially a Red Guardian. They won't do the same thing a Gladiator can when it comes to the milling, but just having some more just raw power or tech on the board, I think would be really good. And then we have Silver Samurai. So Silver Samurai discards the lowest power card from your hand and your opponent's hand. So this hits an Iron Man. This hits the Swarm in this list. If we have Spider-Ham in this list, that would be what Silver Samurai hits, which we don't really, it doesn't matter if Spider-Ham gets hit. So, like, we have a lot of, like, not a lot, but, like, the low end of our list has, like, 3 power for the most part, and Silver Samurai hitting them isn't really gonna, like, hurt us, and it's more likely gonna hurt our opponent's combo. So that's why we have Samurai in here, and it also is an enabler for Cersei. We have Proxima in here for our Moon Knight interaction. So Moon Knight hits even cost cards. Proxima is an even cost card. It allows Proxima to get onto the board. This is a flexible spot, but Proxima is also in Spotlights this week. So if you're looking for a deck list to use Proxima in that you guys just got, this is definitely a great list for you guys to try out. You could honestly put in a different 4-drop or maybe even a different 6-drop. Maybe you want to do Apocalypse instead of Proxima, or you want to do just Shang-Chi in this list. Anything to add a different layer of tech I would do for the 4-drop. I'm liking the Proxima because it allows me to use my Moon Knight to get Proxima onto the board if she's only 4 costs in my hand, or even for a late game, which you guys will actually see. We use Moon Knight to get Proxima on the board, and actually it wins us the game. And then we have Black Bolt. So we are playing a stature package. So we have Black Bolt in here to enable some stature stuff. You're discarding a card from your opponent's hand. It's part more of that discard mill synergy and allowing you to be able to play a stature at the end of the game. Also discarding a potential combo card for your opponent. Always feels super incredible. So that's why we have Black Bolt in this list. And then we have Cersei. So we're using Cersei to transform our swarms, potentially any other cards in the swarm lane if we need to kind of steer that lane and try and win. We're also got to keep in mind, you're adding 7 power to that lane with Cersei and whatever your cards turn into. So more often than not, it feels really good and you get a solid change. Of course, there's instances where it doesn't happen because this is an RNG card, of course. But I've been having a lot of fun with Cersei, and especially in this list, she feels super solid, especially if you're like really losing a location and your opponent's not expecting a Cersei, because they're most often not expecting a Cersei. If you don't have a Cersei, I would go with maybe a different 5-cost card. When I was looking at them earlier, if we look at our 5-drops, you could maybe go for a potentially Gamora. I think Gamora is kind of cheeky. Definitely something you can play later game to get some extra power, especially if you're targeting, you know, the right lanes and you think your opponent's going to play that way. Or potentially even a Spider-Woman. I'd say those are probably 2 of the main changes I would be thinking of because you're doing this on a final turn. You're not doing this on curve. Or some just maybe a 5-drop that is a tech card. Maybe it's a Legion. Maybe it's an Arrow for some extra power. Or maybe it's a blue Marvel to be cheeky. But there's no direct swap for Cersei, unfortunately. But I would think maybe a Legion or a Gamora would be 2 of my favorites. And then Spider-Woman being my 3rd favorite option. And then, like I said, we're playing Black Bolt. We're playing, you know, making our opponents discard cards. So we have Stature in here. So our Stature becomes a 1/7. We play this on final turn with our Cersei and our Swarms. We're adding right there, that is 20 power getting added to the board. And then if you're also playing the Swarms onto a Cersei lane, you're getting even more potential power as well, depending on what they turn into, and the other cards on that Cersei spot turn into as well. It's just a great swing, and it feels good, and this is our top end because of the new Moon Knight ability. We don't really want to discard any 6-drops, so we're sticking at the even cost cards because they're 5-drops, and Moon Knight will not target them. But anywho, that's going to be the card breakdown. If you guys did enjoy this right now, definitely feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. We're going to jump into some gameplay from stream, and then I will see you guys at the end of the video. How we doing, Zumbob? Welcome in. Yes, Cypress, it is great to see you on the TikTok side of things. Yes. Are you in an alliance right now, Kiwi? Let me see. I can give you the flex right after this game, Koi. I got you. Let me see. I do have Cassandra Nova as well. We got Elysium. Okay. So this is where it gets interesting. Because the way they've changed the cost wording, Moon Knight will hit whatever card currently is an even number. So, Moon Knight would hit the Baron's emote and the Gladiator in this situation.
So we're not playing Moonknight and Curve on this, like, at right now. But, you got a Dan Hips only alliance. Yo, Unfit Parrot! How we doing? Oh, let's go. All right, we'll talk about that after this. Thank you so much, Frostman. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, this is where we get a little interesting. So I'm going to go Cable into Zemo. This might be C3. He hits zeros if their original cost was like an even number, if that makes sense. So it is C3. This is C3 that they're playing. We get a Mystique, so they don't get that for Cerebro. They have Luke Cage. I'm going to do something stupid here, actually. I'm actually going to play Moonknight. It's a 50-50 to either hit Stature or Cersei. But if they haven't played Cerebro, this can also hit Cerebro. And I think hitting Cerebro is kind of a plus for us. Okay, we hit Gambit. We hit Blade. Valid. Okay, that's actually better for us. And they play the Cerebro out. They don't get the Mystique value. Hala doesn't destroy any cards for us. I go Black Bolt middle, and then I have Stature and Cersei. This feels just incredible. I think it's a snap moment. This feels really, really good. I might just play this over here, and then I have Stature, and then I can play Cersei left, or I think I just have a bunch of different lines here that feels really good. Moonknight hits my Swarm. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, I love this. Oh, I love this. Boom, boom, and we are never punished. Absolutely never punished here. Here we go, baby. Boom. And this is like exactly why we do it. Drax value. Boom. Groot value. Oh my gosh. And Shauna. Let's go, baby. That's why we do it. That is why we do it. At the end of the day, guys, as long as you're just active in in the Alliance, that's all we need. It doesn't matter what rank you are. We're just trying to complete bounties, guys. Oh my hammeroni. Ham value, you might add here. And Gladiator's gone, and the pig's gone. Honestly, not bad. Samurai's gonna cook here, by the way, too. Fun facts. Like, this is about to be nuclear. I already know. Asgard, we have Proxima. Okay. I play the Sam. That's a Deathlock. So they have the extra energy. They don't have Null anymore. If they float anything crazy in here, right? We're going to get some awesome Sam value. We have the Cersei. Okay, we have our lineup, guys. This lineup feels good. Lineup feels really good. They're snapping. Honestly, they don't have the Null. They could still have Zola things. They have 5 energy this turn. I'm not too upset with this. We got another ad break hidden already? Damn. Hulkbuster into Killmonger. Okay. Bro, imagine it's like death or something. Oh, and it goes right. Of course it goes right. Why would it not? We hit the Swarms. And we have the Chisel. Okay, they draw cards. I could go Black Bolt here. And we still get some nice value. It's Wolverine. Venom. And then what is their last card? Is it Death or is it Zola? Because this could also be pretty solid for us, actually. Deadpool. We hit the Death. So they have to top deck something crazy here. If they top deck the Zola, they're in a good spot. It's either Zola or Carnage. So I'm here for whatever happens. If I go... If I do this, this and that. I think that is our best play. Or is it this into that? And I have this here. Proxima goes here. Yo, Father Jews, thank you for the galaxy. They don't get the Zola. Okay, so that means I get the Zola, which means Zemo gets me Zola or Carnage. Okay, that's fair. Which means that Proxima goes left and wins us the game. Oh, yes. Oh, that's perfect. Absolutely freaking perfect. We got a pretty good starting hand. Panachron's gonna be nice with these swarms. We have cable things. We don't have any discard options. So it's looking like we're gonna be starting off this game with just running a bunch of mill things. Iceman hits the Gladiator 2, which, with the way the new cost feature asks, like the new cost feature works, I believe, unfortunately, that Moonknight would hit the Gladiator because he's a 4 cost at the moment, because that's the way they look at things. It's really, really weird. It's a new interaction they added with the game, with a new patch. The Vault. So we're gonna go Ant-Man, Yondu, and then we're gonna go we're gonna go Samurai Right. Allows us to get some stature value. So I like this. Squirrel Girl's gone. It looks like we're facing a zoo list. That's not what I really like over there. But this could still work for us. We go Samurai into... Samurai's going to hit our Spider Ham instead. But... Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it is so good, Riolo. I love the Moonknight into this. We're going to go, honestly, Black Bolt. Hear me out. Black Bolt gives us some great value here. Ultron does go crazy for them. But they have to play Ultron left. Or no, they don't need more. Nightcrawler into Wolfsbane. What collection level are they? Oh, 2,000. Okay. And then I'm going to go... Stature into Cersei left, because Cersei gets the extra power on Pinocchio. I can't talk. I don't know what it is, but I think they play something here. Do we beat Ultron right? We tie Ultron right, but I think we just get some immense value. Oh, okay, okay. This is getting interesting. U.S. Agent? Oh, gosh. Claw? Wait. Let them cook? Wait. The claw change actually is incredible. What the? Well, that was good. That is true. You could put Doc back in if you don't have this Cersei stuff, but it'd be interesting. We hit Sage. That's actually pretty freaking awesome. What other cards would I suggest with Ajax if you already have U.S. Agent, Man-Thing, and Hazmat? I would suggest potentially Mystique. Mystique is not a bad line to also have in that, Ghosty. But yeah, you would need to alter some stuff over here if you want to do more of a Doc Ock kind of approach. This is a 1 out of 3. I either get Swarm, Proxima, or Samurai here. So I like that. That's going to be Mr. Negative, by the way. We hit Havoc, and then we hit Samurai. That's fine. They swap their stuff over here. I do have this Cersei line. I do have Proxima. I think I'm going to go ahead, and I will slam down Proxima because I don't have another way to discard Proxima right now. So I'm going to do that on curve here. The Moonknight visual effects are so good. Iron Man. Is it Iron Man Mystique things? Wow. They got the freaking nuts. They got the freaking nuts. Yeah, the new Moonknight effect is so good. Okay, so like this, if they Jane here, they have a full hand. So if they do Jane here, we're dead. Brood. Oh, it's Surfer stuff. Oh, and there goes Surfer. Cool. That works for me. Is it ever... With 5 over here, it goes to 28. So if I look at this holistically, right? If I do this... They never move Iron Man. They move Mystique over. This. And then I always get Enchantress from Moon Knight here.
I am Iron Man.
Oh, there we go. The Cersei value is just crazy. We got the Moon Knight value and the Cersei value. Moon Knight discarded their Havoc. I guess the Havoc would have been crazy on the Ravonna. And then Black Bolt discarded Surfer. So, like, we're cooking. We're starting off, honestly, with a decent starting hand here. We have the Cable. I don't know exactly what our opponent's playing just yet. They didn't play any card turn 1. We have the Samurai. Samurai hits our Swarm here, which is really good. We do get some Gladiator value as well. It looks like we're playing either a Darkhawk list, because if we are playing a Darkhawk list, by the way, we play Gladiator middle. If we do get a Darkhawk down, it disables the ongoing ability, so that really works for us. So we can make the most of that. Which we hit a Sarah, which is really good. Really, really awesome there. And then if we go Spider-Ham into Moon Knight, Moon Knight either hits Swarm or Silver Samurai. It could give us some better options for hitting our opponent over here, and it always gives us stature value, which is going to be really awesome. The Silver Samurai on this next turn, we could also play with stature, which would enable us to do some other stuff. So we're doing Spider-Ham first to get some potential intel. Also, shutting off some of their cards at the same time feels pretty good. And we hit the Darkhawk. And Samurai hits Grandmaster and Swarm. Oh, this is perfect. Actually, perfect. Wow. Wow. And then I'm going to go Samurai middle. We have stature. I'm going to go ahead and I'll play stature here on the left. And we could snap here, but I don't think we need to snap here. We always hit the rock. Whatever we draw here is incredible for us too. We still have board space. And we're going to be really solid. I don't know what they can do here, right? I don't know. Because this just feels good. This just feels so good. I wouldn't be surprised if they retreat. It would make sense. I also, if I don't draw, honestly, I'm going to keep the Widow's Bite in my hand in case I don't draw, not Stature. We don't draw Cersei, so I don't have negative power on the board. So I don't have negative power on the board. This should be really good. Boom. And then Cassandra, and we're in a good spot. And see, we drew Yondu instead. So we're just going to go Yondu, Swarm, or I'll go Yondu. I'll go Yondu left, and I'll go Swarm. Swarm gives me the 7. They need to get up to 9 power on the left. They have a Darkhawk. They can move Jeff over to the right and win right. So maybe instead I just give right. If they move Jeff, that's 9. I'm looking at 7. I'm thinking it is Swarm, and then Yondu here. Yeah. Swarm, Yondu right. And then it's just Absorbing Man into Cass. And we win by 1. Boom. Boom.
Victory.
All right. We got a really good hand, actually. We're going to get some intel with Spider-Ham, which is going to be awesome. Hit something good. White Tiger. So it looks like we probably have a Wong on reveal or some Ravonna Mr. Negative stuff. We have Swarm in hand, some Black Bolt stuff. Yeah, sometimes you snap, sometimes you get snapped on. Yeah, we'll be going over new data mines level here in just a little bit. In just a little bit. You were number 3 in ranked at one point, Justin? Let's go. Chad is Obi-Wan Kenobi in Marvel Snap. Okay, I like it. Yes, that's the other thing, too. Like, knowing when to snap and retreat is the biggest thing to just keep in mind when it comes to, like, just playing this game. Because if you, like, cube equity is what helps you either climb in rank, climb in infinite and stuff, too. It's going to be interesting. Okay. Zemo gives me value. Iceman. I like that. Perfect. Okay. So now we go snap into a Silver Samurai here, which hits our Swarm, which we still have Black Bolt to mess around with. This feels good. This feels good. But hey, snap is all a process, bro. It is all a process. You just applied Oscar? Sweet. What is your in-game name? What is your in This either hits Proxima or the Swarms. It's a 50-50, or a 1 out of 3 here. And we always hit Proxima, by the way. Always hit Proxima. I told you guys. We always hit Proxima. What do we discard from them? We discarded their Star-Lord. They have 3 cards in hand. We're gonna do this. All right, let's maybe go Black Bolt middle, and then I'll do that and that, and I think we're chilling. There we go. There we go. The last spot snipe is for one of my mods who hasn't answered us yet. Okay, swarm. We lose to a Doom. Odin?
Are ye worthy?
Okay. That works for me.
Victory.
Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. If you guys stuck around to the end, let me know down below, what is your guys' favorite discard card? Whether it be your own discard or a discarding your opponent's card, let me know. And until the next time, my friends, God bless and Tucker out.